Okay, hopefully we are live. Sorry
Listen,
again,
haven't had
folks.
that kind of technical difficulties in months, thank God.
Long time. Do apologize, but nonetheless, I am Ryan Cole with my partner Sam Torres. Again, very, very much sorry for the delay. Wasn't sure what was going on our end. It was pretty choppy over on Facebook, trying to figure out what was going on there. And to be quite honest with you, I'm not real sure what it was. I do believe the internet went out there for a little bit, and that was part of the issues, which it came back on, luckily.
Listen, you gotta love streaming. You gotta love a streaming platform, man. You are at the
Mercy.
You are at the mercy of your connection and of your computers doing the work. But yeah, it was a pretty good weekend all the way up until today.
Yes.
That's for sure.
Yes, yeah, it was. Hopefully it's not choppy for you guys, though. But thanks again for tuning in. Big show tonight. A lot of stuff to go over. Yeah, I'm sorry, I'm watching it. It looks choppy. Is it choppy?
It is.
Is it?
Is.
Yeah,
Yep.
I'm sorry, guys, if it's choppy. We're not sure exactly what's going on. But nonetheless, big weekend coming up. We do have Kaige Boczar coming on here soon with us. We're going to be reviewing fantasy football. Also, we're going to week 1 and week 2. We're going to get into the upcoming games this week and talk about our game that we're going to watch here shortly.
Yeah, but it is a school night, so the first thing we're going to do right now is jump right in to our week 1 player of the week, Kaige Boczar, and some stats to talk about him before we bring him on. Kaige this week, 5 touchdowns total with 3 receiving touchdowns and 2 rushing touchdowns, 5 carries for 107 yards, 5 receptions for 137 yards, 3 touchdowns on the receiving yard. Ladies and gentlemen, the week 1 player of the week, Jefferson Falcon Kaige Boczar.
All right. Welcome in, Kaige. Hopefully you can hear me. Hopefully everyone else can. If not, we do have it recorded, so if something's going south, we'll get it put out there.
Yeah, we'll get you a better copy of this for sure. Kaige, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing great on our end here. Excited to have you. So Grand Valley Jefferson open up the season. How excited were you for that game?
To be honest, I was pretty nervous because it's still underclassmen, but my team calmed my nerves down. It was cool.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, man. If you were nervous, you definitely have the best poker face on earth. As soon as you graduate, I'm taking you to Vegas with me because you were out there. You looked locked in. Now, you said, you talked about being an underclassman. You are a 10th grade. You're a sophomore, but you got a little bit of playing time. Not a little bit, a lot of bit of playing time as a freshman. Do you think that kind of helped you get ready as the lights became bright in the home opener?
Yeah, it did. I did a lot of training with Coach Hannah. He helped me a lot. And Grant helped me, and Trent helped me a lot.
Yeah, some of the upperclassmen stepping in to become leaders, and that's a big thing that we've noticed actually on that Jefferson team. You guys seem to be very close, like not close just for the cameras, but you guys seem to actually, genuinely like each other and take care of each other.
Yeah.
Now, one of the things I saw that you did in the offseason, because the Jefferson Falcons, if you don't know, go check them out. It's Jefferson Falcons football over on Facebook. They have a pretty active page. You guys seem to be traveling all over the country. Put some big-time miles out there going from camp to camp to camp. Talk a little bit about some of those camps.
Usually we'd go together during the winter. Me, Trent, Wade, Grant would all go to this one training in Cleveland, and we just balled out at camps.
Yeah, now one of the things that we've noticed with you is, flat out your speed. You got the name as a freshman NASCAR instead of Boczar because you are so fast and getting up and down that field. What are some of the other things that you kind of focused in on this year to get better, making sure that your sophomore season is going to count?
So I've been focusing a lot on my cuts for my routes. So kind of like Trent. Have sharper cuts,
Hey, listen, that's a good person to base it off of because Trent can cut you in half with those things. So what are some of the things you're looking forward to coming up this year, Kaige? You guys have, the sky's the limit. You guys are giving your goodbye farewell tour to the NE8, heading into the CVC next year. As a sophomore, you're going to get to see a lot of these, games next year, so stuff to build on. But what are you looking to give that goodbye kiss to the conference?
I'm excited for my seniors to play. I'm excited. they're gonna ball out. Hopefully we make the playoffs.
Yeah, you know what, you guys, I want to say you ended the year at 18 last year, so just 2 spots out, and you guys are very, very capable of getting that this year. And with guys of your talent and your work ethic, because that's another thing, these guys are big time in the weight room. You can't take that away. It shows on the field. You know, I think people see Kaige and they see a little bit of a thinner guy until he hits them, and then it gets brought up. But you know, we're really looking forward to, and we're glad to have you on the show, Kaige. I'm pretty sure this is gonna be the first of many times. We usually end the interview, though, with a couple questions. Ryan, I'm going to let you go with yours.
I'll take that one. So first and foremost, 5 tutties. I know a couple were in the air, weren't they? Am I saying that right?
Yeah, he got 2 in the air and 3 on the, 2 on the ground, 3 in the air.
Right. So the 2 on the ground. Yeah, you can still thank your offense. Well, I'm sorry, I took that away from you. So who do you want to thank? That's just the way the show's been going. But who do you want to thank for all them touchdowns, all them rushing yards, all them passing yards? You got anyone in particular?
Definitely the offensive line, like Mason, Pulowski.
Hey, that's a big bad man right
Sam
there.
Disher.
All right, and then the final question that we like to ask, what is your shirt size? Because you, with all that work and 5 touchdowns, have earned yourself the 440 and goal Player of the Week shirt.
My size is a medium.
In a medium. So the first medium of the year.
Right.
Kaige, I want to thank you for coming on the show with us this week. Want to wish you a lot of luck as you guys head to Harvey heads to you guys. That's going to be streamed right here on ysnlive.com. Our friend Pat going to be calling that game. Wish you guys the best of luck. I know you guys have the ability. Looking forward to seeing another W over in that Falcon Nation.
Yeah. Thank you for having me.
All right, Kaige, thanks for tuning in. Let me go back over to us here. All right, there's Kaige Boczar. A lot of fun with that kid to watch him on Friday night. It was very entertaining to see him. And, I mean, he was dicing up the field left, right. I mean, whether it was a passing play, running play, he was all over the place. He really was. And we're going to go over some – I think – wait, do we have stats tonight? No.
We don't have stats. We're still waiting on some stats from a couple teams, actually. So – I know it's only Thursday.
Right, yeah. Do we want to go into that? I'll fix that. Give it a second. Yep, hold on. I think I know why. That should fix that. There we go. So, but yeah, a lot of fun to watch the Jefferson Falcons. Sam, I, and Pat did get to stream that game on Friday night. And, man, it was a blast. It was just, a lot of action, a lot of activity. To be honest with you, Sam, I got to actually produce it the best way I could. That was the first time. Usually I have to run the camera, talk, click buttons, talk a little bit. That's why Sammy talks most of the time. But it was really nice to be able to just produce a show, sit back, and I even got to take pictures from up at the press box.
Well, that's one of the things I wanted to talk about was the pictures. Kudos to Ryan for going out there and not just getting any pictures, doing a great job of grabbing some pictures of the action. Looking forward to, we're just trying to improve the coverage and trying to, increase what we're able to do, all that sort of stuff. That's going to continue throughout the week, throughout the year. We're going to continue to add. And, a lot of that is possible because of our partnership with our new company, and that is YSN. One of the things I love about this company, keep your sports live, local, and loyal, baby. And those are the 3 things that we're going to do. Live, local, and loyal, and whatever we can do to increase the exposure, make it look better, make, these kids feel and look like the superstars that they truly are. Let's keep running that. But, before we get into some of the games and all that other stuff, why don't we jump into some commercials and come on back?
All right, buddy. Sounds good. Thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. I know right now we're only over on Facebook because of the issues that we had, but don't forget to share and follow over there. I do believe I said it right.
And we will get it over to YouTube here soon.
Yep. All right, guys. We'll be right back.
440 and Goal welcomes in-combine sponsor from Allstate Kristen Dobbins-Beck-Barger. Kristen and her team offer auto, home, renters, and various other insurance policies. Visit Kristen at 4605 Main Avenue in beautiful Ashtabula, Ohio, or contact Kristen at 440-993-0256.
440 and Goal welcomes in Play All Awards and Engraving. Awards, they do them all at Play All. Play All offers a full line of acrylics, desk accessories, plaques, sports awards, and more. A staple of Ashtabula County, Play All has been in service since 1993, helping the likes of educators, coaches, and individuals just like you. You can visit Play All at 4542 Main Avenue in beautiful downtown Ashtabula, Ohio, or call them at 440-992-7529 with any questions.
But we didn't run into that problem on
440 and Gold brings in Made in Ohio. Made in Ohio specializes in screen printing, dye sublimation, embroidery, and vinyl graphics. Their prices are the lowest in the area. They have no minimum order size, no setup charges, and no screen charges. Stop in and see for yourself. Made in Ohio is located in the beautiful, historic Ashtabula Harbor. Visit them at 1028 Bridge Street or call 440-992-9057.
All right. Oh, of course, get that off of there. But thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. If you
caught us with our skirt down.
We're going to turn it into a fun show, regardless of all the issues.
That's what we do here, man. This is, this is live. This is local.
We've been doing this for 3 years, and I promise you guys, anyone that's watched this knows that there has not been smooth the whole way through. And hopefully one day it does go completely smooth. But tonight wasn't the night. But either way, we're here to talk about the kids anyways, and that's what it's about. Local, live, and loyal.
I want to talk a little bit really quickly about Kaige Boczar. Such a humble guy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? He's out here. He's talking about his seniors. He's talking about his team. He's talking about all the great things he's hoping for them. And he's one of those kids that stands out just because of how hard he works. Since last year, he's really stuck out. This is a kid, again, I talk about he's got a thinner build. He's a wide receiver, obviously. But we go back to the combine 18 times on the bench.
Yep.
You know what I mean? This is a kid that is he's going to be, I can promise you,
Sophomore.
If he ain't the fastest guy on the field, he's definitely going to be in the top 2.
Sophomore.
Yeah, and
That's
this
all
is a sophomore. The sky is the limit for this kid. He's going to be a headache for a lot of NE8 defenses this year, and for even longer than that, a lot of CVC defenses are going to be looking at him. Yeah. He is the Jefferson Falcons, I understand we've hyped them up because they deserve it. That's a good football team out there. They got some good athletes out there between Kaige Boczar, Grant Hitchcock, Trent Hodge, Wade Woodworth, Mason Pulowski. The list goes on and on and on. They got some guys that are out there that are really ready to play football, and I am so excited on getting a chance to watch these guys flourish this year. I think they're going to surprise some teams that underestimate them.
I'm about that action, boss. I'll tell you that much right now. Yeah, Jefferson's going to be fun to watch this year. But let's run into Week 1 results.
That's right, baby. It's results time. Here we go. 4-4-0 and goals. Results for Week 1. All right, we're going to start with the the first one of the week, and that was how would you describe that?
That was
Ryan?
a barn burner.
That's right, baby.
No other way to call it, man. Well, I'll tell you what. If there's one way to open up Week 1, that's the way to open it up.
You ain't a kid.
It was a little bit of a dogfight that first and second quarter there. Edgewood, I do believe it was 7-7 going into half. If I recall, I could be wrong on that, but I know it was close. And Conneaut, the next third quarter, they go ahead and grab 3 or quick 6, and then fourth quarter, I think less than a minute left. Edgewood comes back and does a great job at getting their 13 points on the board, but they went for the old 2.
Yeah,
they went for the old 2 on that one.
Edgewood's first score, like let's call an ace an ace.
Yeah.
Their first score, they don't score until the fourth quarter. Offense was having trouble getting it going.
Yeah, the offense didn't score the fourth quarter. That's right. Yeah, and then,
offense. So that first touchdown comes by way of Inspector Gadget.
Mm-hmm.
Go Gadget Arms. Jacob Ernst gets an interception, takes it all the way to the house, returns that for a touchdown. Now, granted, there was a little bit of fumbling going on out there.
Right.
We're not sure who called the touchdown or getting the touchdown, but here on 4-4-0 and goal, Jacob Ernst is getting that touchdown.
Yes.
So then we go all the way into the fourth quarter, and there's some stuff going on. Unfortunately, on the Conneaut side of the game, Zach Rice looks like he's dealing with a little bit of a lower leg injury. Throughout the game. They're doing their best, but nothing can be taken away because Wyatt Payne was a pain for the defense. He was getting it done against Edgewood. Now, Edgewood's defense does keep them out of the end zone. They score 2. We get to the end of the game. They score their touchdown, and all of a sudden we see Coach Cooper
2
throw up the bullhorns.
Yeah, throw up the bullhorns.
And he goes for 2, and I think it's because he understands the momentum, and this was something we got to go out. We got to win this game. Unfortunately, we had this really great interview with him post game, and it got eaten up by the tech monster.
Yep.
So we're gonna eventually have to revisit that as Coach Cooper. We will be interviewing him again, I'm sure, after another win. But that is Edgewood Conneaut. Edgewood going to start the season 1-0. Conneaut starting 0-1.
Yep, tough one there. Moving into it, as we just talked about with Boczar on there, Jefferson 66, Grand Valley 27. Fun game to watch. A lot of action, as you guys can see there.
That's not an arena game, folks.
93 points, I think it is, collectively between the two squads. Jefferson did have, Jefferson put up points in bunches. They were up 51-7 at half. But I will tell you something. I want to talk about it real quick. Me and Sam talked about it all week. Grand Valley, they showed they could pass. They really did, and I think it's going to be coming down the line, and I think that's something that I'd love to see. Boyarski out there did a great job at moving the ball around to Grasshopper.
Absolutely,
Bobby Rogers, a lot of fun watching those two go after it. There was that interesting one in the end zone where it bounced off, I think, Bobby Rogers, and the other kid caught it.
No, it bounced off the other kid
and Bobby
into
Rogers
Bobby
caught
Rogers'
it. Yeah,
hands.
so that was fun. But it was a tough loss by Grand Valley. Make no bones about it. Losing 66-27. That the numbers don't lie. Tough one, but I expect to see this upcoming week, which you guys probably have seen advertised. We're covering Edgewood versus Grand Valley.
Yeah, making our way to Orwell.
Making our way out to Orwell, and I do fully expect to see hopefully a little bit more passing from Grand Valley because they had some success on that.
Yeah, it was a game of offense.
Yeah.
The first offensive series for Edgewood is 1 play long. The second offensive series for Edgewood is 3 plays long.
Right, you're Jefferson. You're saying Edgewood. Yep.
Yeah, I'm sorry for
right.
Jefferson.
You're okay.
Is 3 plays long. Jefferson's offense was scoring in bunches and very quickly. I talked about the reason. They've got weapons on weapons on weapons. Shout out to Grand Valley because these kids never quit.
Right.
These kids never quit. They're still sticking to – they're going to run the ball. They're going to do this. They're going to do this. Bobby Rogers is out there making play after play after play on both offense and defense. That's Bobby Rogers without a D, Rogers. I did see that, but unfortunately, if you guys saw how long that some of those Photoshop graphics come to take to put together, I just haven't had time to redo that one. I will get that done for the Grasshopper. He is a beast, a man amongst boys. And you can't take anything. Listen, Nate Boyarski is looking much better this year.
Healthy.
This is a kid who's confident and not afraid to sling that ball.
Yep. Yeah, it was fun to watch. It was a lot of fun to cover. Again, coming up, Edgewood Grand Valley this Friday. Tomorrow night, actually, that's what it is. But moving in real quick, and I'm going to call this right off the bat.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I think that score is wrong, and that's going to fall on me. I believe the final score of that was 40-7.
Okay, well, call it what you want. But Lakeside defeats Brush. Not only did they defeat them, they handily defeated them. Listen, me and Sam talked about this game. Going into this game, I mean, we expected Lakeside to give a fight. For sure, but I'm not gonna. I'd be lying to the public watching. I did not think Lakeside was gonna come out and boot Brush right in the grill.
I thought this was gonna be a game.
I thought it was gonna be. Last year's game was a game. I do believe all the way till about the third quarter, and then Brush kind of took off with it. But this year, Lakeside comes out firing, knowing what they're doing. They're running the ball. They predominantly ran. I think they only had 4 or 5.
Oh no, they had 2 touchdowns and 3.
Right, but I think how many passing? How many
2.
Yeah, passing touchdowns, right?
And then 3 rushing.
Right. Yeah. So they were throwing the ball in the air. They were rushing the ball. I mean, Jay Sean Sanders was out there doing his thing. That offensive line. You don't put 44 up on anybody without an O-line going out there doing his thing or their thing. It was I can't lie. It was a little bit of a shocker for me to see him win by that much. Not to see him win, but to win 40 or 44, whatever it is, to 7. Yeah.
So here's my deal with it. This is something I'm not playing I told you so or that I was way ahead of the curve.
But you are.
I'm not.
Right.
I'm not.
Here we go.
My thing with Lakeside is I wanted to see how this offensive line that I personally believe is the best offensive line in the county.
Right.
How this offensive line was going to line up against some big, a big team with a bunch of guys.
Yep.
Brush is Division
Healthy.
2. They're every bit of Division 2.
Right.
Okay, they're not just over the line. Brush has got a lot of guys out there. There's a lot of size. This was a game that very much was in the grasp of the Lakeside Dragons last year. There was a question about quarterback this year too. All right.
Yep, I think it's
DeSalvatore, we saw him, from looking at him last year, we knew that there were some big improvements that had to be made. And They only passed the ball 4 times.
Yeah.
Okay? But DeSalvatore goes 4 for 4 for 82 yards with 2 passing touchdowns in those 4. All right? Getting the job done without turnovers.
Right.
That's a recipe for success. I said it before. I'm going to put it here right now. The Lakeside Dragons probably going to be the first team in Ashtabula County to host a playoff game.
I believe
you heard it right here.
I believe it.
This is a team that if they win anything under 7 games this year, then they should be disappointed because they've got the talent. They should get it done.
Yeah, they came out and they beat a tough brush squad. They really did. They really did. And, I want to see them host it. I really do. We'll find out, though, won't we?
Listen, there's nothing better than watching your alma mater go out there and get it done.
Just
I'm not going to lie to you.
Just a big old boot in the grill. Can't help myself.
Especially when it's one of those teams from, the Cleveland area or even Lake County when they come in here. And, there's always been this stigma of, we're the weakling, Well, listen, the Lakeside Dragons must have been, pumped up for the Game of Thrones starting all over again because they went full Dracarys on these guys. Burned them to a crisp. Burned them to a crisp.
All right, we'll move it into the next game. This is Mineral Ridge taking on Pymatuming Valley. And I'm not going to lie about this one either. I think
that's a surprise.
This was the biggest shocker when I seen this on Saturday morning, Friday night, whatever it may have been at the time, and seeing that Mineral Ridge took it to PV 41-8. The only touchdown coming by way of about a 60-yard scamper by Croston for the Pymatuming Valley Lakers. They're about the second quarter, if I recall right.
Man, is he looking fast.
Yeah, he is fast, but I'll tell you what, last year PV, if I recall, put it on Mineral Ridge, didn't they?
Yeah, PV goes out there, gets the dub right from the beginning, and it was surprising, you know what I mean? But this is a team that is growing, or not growing. This is a team that is rebuilding because they are young.
Yep.
We talked about they don't rebuild, they reload. I'm still standing by that statement about PV. You definitely can't judge this team by one game. I will tell you that PV, they're still tough. They're still strong. They are going to have a heck of a game coming up this week. We're going to talk about that next. Their first couple weeks of the season are not easy. They basically are going to have to survive through those. Mineral Ridge, tough team from down in YSN.
Yep.
I see it.
Yep.
Yeah, it's week 1 results.
Yeah,
it's right on one of those places.
Yep. Here we go.
But here we go. You know what I mean? So that's something that we're looking forward to seeing. Keep your heads up, Laker fans.
Yeah.
It's not always going to be that way.
Yeah, moving next there in Madison, the crosstown rivalry, Lake County Madison taking on Ashtabula County Geneva Eagles. And I'll tell you what, this was a good old-fashioned, what I'm going to call a slobber knocker. So Madison comes out, and, the first time I've really, in 2 years, I should say I pay attention more, but I actually got to watch a little game film. And Madison comes out. They do come out in what looks to be a spread or an air raid offense, but they run out of the shotgun. And it was 2 3-yard scampers, 2 3-yard scampers, bust out an 8-yarder, and then just kept moving down the field. But as you can see, Madison defeats Geneva. Not a high-scoring event, 13-7. Geneva had a lot of great plays, but I seen quite a few mistakes as it comes, not turnover, but almost turnover, high snaps, whatever it may be. But another young team out there in Geneva, in my opinion. But Madison taking that one from Geneva 13-7.
Yeah, it's, I don't know what they call that rivalry game, and I'm sure one of our Geneva folks is going to jump in and let us know. But that's an old rivalry, and those guys hate playing each other and even more hate losing each other.
Yeah.
It was tough. We had that game going simultaneously as we were covering a game, and every time we were at a break, we're sitting there watching this game too.
Yep.
Geneva gets close, and I mean it's close. And if you want to check out the game, it's over on YouTube. Go to GHS Media on their YouTube page. It's Tuffy the Eagle. That's the one you're going to see.
I didn't know the name was Tuffy.
Yeah, I found that out last year.
That is
Tuffy
interesting.
the Eagle. Go out there, check them out. It's going to be. It was a fun game to watch. It really like ESPN. We didn't cover it, so we won't call it a YSN Classic.
Right.
We'll call it a GHS Classic.
There you go.
Over there, but Geneva's going to have to keep their head up. I will tell you, they've got the toughest of tasks this week, and we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Yep, yeah, they do. Moving in, last but not least, Newton Falls taking on the St. John Heralds. Tough one for St. John, which
we knew how this was going to
go. We knew it was going to be tough. I talked to Delgosh before, and he said this is going to be one of the toughest opponents on their schedule this year, and they proved it. There's no other way to put it. St. John takes a loss, 41-0. But, respectively enough, though, they kind of changed the way they were doing things over the last couple of years. And I know it's hard to, 41-0. It's hard to assume, what improvement there. But there was a lot of run game improvement.
There was. They were, they stuck with the run. They were getting the run going. They didn't have all kinds of stats. Obviously, they scored 0, so they didn't score a ton. They got some work done. In the air as well. Vin Narducci throws for about 117 yards in this game. This is a quarterback that last year was an offensive lineman. So, really interesting to see what's going on. We knew that this was going to be a tough game for the Heralds. The Newton Falls guys get off there. They got like 30, 40 guys on the bus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're out there ready to go. They got a full team full of, they can put guys in and out on substitutions.
Shuffling. Yeah.
St. John is 19 deep. Right. You know what I mean? Most of those guys are going back and forth, 19 deep, and they had 3 injuries. So, you're already down to 16.
Yeah.
But shout out to St. John out there playing their butt off. My boy Will Anderson made a couple plays, got me some points out there, both on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. Again, I talked about Vin Narducci, Ryan Williams coming out, making his name known, getting it done in the run game. Matt Miller, another guy that you're going to want to talk about and you're going to want to pay attention this year. With the St. John Heralds. Matt Miller is an athlete. This is a kid who makes plays in every sport he plays. So keep your eyes out on this guy. The St. John Heralds, don't let that score fool you. This is a much better team than last year. They're going to be competitive in football, and I can't wait to talk about their upcoming matchup this week.
Yeah. So what I want to do is, I know we were going to talk about going into week 2, but I think it would make more sense.
I know where you want to go.
If we go into the Tutty reel, I can't help myself.
Oh no, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wait. Oh, you want to talk about fantasy? Yeah. I want to talk about fantasy too. Your boy here don't get a lot of wins in fantasy.
Boy, did he ever!
But I did. So, but let me, there's quite a few people watching right now. Let's take a look. This is about a 4-minute clip, but it is all the touchdowns that we could come across via YouTube or our streams and other folks' streams.
Yeah, shout out to the YouTube channels that we had.
GHS Media, CM Photography. We did get some touchdown reels there, but I'm going to put this out there. You guys get to check out all the touchdowns from all the games, almost everyone, I do believe.
Anybody from Ashtabula County who scored a touchdown, you're getting ready to relive it right now.
We'll be right back, guys. All right, welcome back, guys. As you got to see, a lot of tutties happening this week on, out there on Friday Night Lights. It was a lot of fun. I tell you what, it took a long time to chop all that up. A long time. It was genuine, Sam. It was over 6 hours of video that I had to cut down to 3 minutes and 38 seconds. It was not a 5-minute process. There was no magic wand like you have on your cell phone to correct the picture to chop it up. Literally took me about 2 hours. And then to boot, I called you the one night, remember? And I told you I'm going to cry.
It was gone.
It was gone.
Yeah.
I got it all done. I had the Geneva one left to do at the end that you seen there, and it just went. It just disappeared. The tech monsters, as you like to call it, came and bit me in the rear end. But what I do want to talk about, though, we're going to roll into this as Sam's, trying to make sure he doesn't lose next week.
I'm trying to make sure
to make sure he doesn't lose next week. So I'm going to go ahead and bring this graphic up because it's a really nice graphic that Sam has here. So fantasy results week 1. And I'm going to tell you, and you could probably already tell out there, viewers, in my voice, it was a very good week for my team, which I still don't have a name yet for my team. So, and no one submitted any suggestions. Sammy, I don't want him to choose because it's going to be something ignorant, and I'll never be able to use it. I won't even be able to probably say it on air knowing him. But my team led the way by Grant Hitchcock, throwing up 66 points. Zach Rice, 16.5. Bobby Rogers, 45 points. The Grasshopper coming in hot. Bryce Pete with 4. Zeke Lucas with the 2-1. That was a nice. Listen, Zeke Lucas was
that is a good iron flex.
Iron flex. Note to self. Lakeside giving me 5 points on offense. Ryan Croston, 4.5 on what was he? D-back?
He was
D-back.
He's your defensive player.
Right. Defensive player. And then St. John, not much there, but that is what it is.
Yeah, I'll talk about mine. Listen, we had a good showing, boys. It was a tough week. We had some lower scores, but that's okay. Tony Hogg going to get out there, 16 points. Jay Sean Sanders was my Rolling Stone, man. Jay Sean Sanders, 44 points with a big outing. Aiden Whitwright from Grand Valley getting a respectable 4.5. Will Anderson, 8.5 points, 8.5 hard-earned points against that team.
Yes.
Trent Hodge doing what Trent Hodge does, giving me 24 hot ones. The Geneva offensive line, unfortunately, they only score 1 touchdown.
Right.
So you only get 1 point there for me. And then Conneaut special teams, they scored 2 touchdowns and no field goals, so I get 2 points out of that. This ends up with Ryan. Every blind squirrel finds a nut.
What is that? Champion's pose. I'd like to do one of those. Hey, listen, I'll take week 1 because I might lose weeks 2 through 10 from this point forward. I'm going to take it. But since you guys are watching, checking it out, know the rules. Let me go back to here. So know the rules. So this week, right, you only are allowed to keep 1 rollover player from week 1. So this week, out of all those schools that we just listed, the kids at the school, you're only allowed to keep 1. You don't have to keep 1, but you're only allowed to roll 1 player from week to week with a max of 2 weeks. So tonight, Sam and I are going to quickly roll through this. Tell us, everyone, who we're going to keep, and then basically we redraft the entire draft again tonight in a quick fashion. I'm not putting up a timer. We're just going to roll through it.
Yeah, we'll just get through it like we did last time.
Have a little fun with it. Sam is going to be on the clock technically first. Again, we have to pick 1 player or 1 special teams or 1 defense.
Each team has to be represented,
right.
And you can't pick 2 from 1 team.
Why are you taking my cheat sheet, bro?
Because I printed this cheat sheet.
You printed me one too, but I don't have it anymore.
Yeah, that's right.
Right?
All right, so I guess the first question that is going to be asked.
Who you keeping?
Who am I going to keep? And it's real easy. I'm keeping the man, the myth, Jay Sean Sanders. Welcome back, my friend. Yeah. Welcome back.
Oh, Lord.
So back over to you. Who are you keeping? I can guess.
I mean, I can't help myself. I can't help it, but I'm going to. I got to keep Grant. I mean, he's just slice and dice. You got to go out there and put it on Harvey for me this week, that home game, have a little fun.
Absolutely.
Get it done. Listen, Sammy rode the Jefferson train last year, and I am full steam ahead for the 2 weeks that I got you. I'm telling you right now, 2 whole weeks. Here we go.
All right, so you're going to open up that. So that is going to be your Jefferson player. That is going to bring for me, I am going to take, I think, let's see. My quarterback this week is going to be not picked right here. I am going to go ahead and take Bobby Rogers as my
Nice.
receiver.
Right. You got to, man.
Yeah.
You got to.
mean,
I wish we had all the
he's
stats.
44 points
right.
last week. Are
Right.
you kidding
Yep.
me?
Yep. So that means you dump, and let's see here.
So that is going to put Trent Hodge back into play, but not for you because you already got a Falcon.
I do. My Falcons are done because I rolled them over, but I'm going to go ahead and go with, I don't have that stats in front of me, but I'm pretty sure. Man, I do believe he had, for wide receiver, so obviously I got to get rid of Bobby Rogers. I'm going to pick up Malachi Matlock from St. John, from Lakeside.
Lakeside as wide receiver.
Yeah, Lakeside coming up against Madison. I think they're going to air it out, man. I think they're going to throw all over them, hopefully. I think, Madison didn't look that tough. Don't tell them I said that, but they didn't look that tough. They did a lot of running. So I'm going to take wide receiver Matlock.
So this week, because I had Tony Hall last week, I cannot pick him. I already picked Jay Sean Sanders as my keeper. So this week, my quarterback.
Six schools to choose from,
Yeah,
buddy.
that's tough. It's tough.
6 schools
But
to
you know
choose
what?
from.
I think I'm going Chef Boyarski.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, I think I'm going Chef. I'm going Nate Boyarski.
Yep.
No, I can't. I already got a Grand Valley guy.
Yeah, you can't.
Oh.
So you got 3 to choose from.
Yeah.
Well, you could go back to, so you dropped everyone.
One per school.
Right. One
Yeah,
per
you only get
school.
one per school. So
And
now
then
I
you
got
took, Grand
Geneva,
Valley.
PV, St. John, Conneaut, Edgewood.
Edgewood.
I can't go Edgewood, and I can't go Jeff. You kept Jefferson.
Yep. So you got 5 to choose from.
Yeah, I got 5 to choose from. My quarterback this week.
And you can't choose Tony Hall because you had him last week, right?
You're right.
So you're down to 4. It's Conneaut, Geneva.
PV.
I know who I'd go with, but yeah. I know
Who is
who I'd go
PV
with.
playing this week?
I don't know. You don't have it here.
Yeah.
Let me bring up the schedule here
bring
real
up
quick.
PV.
Week 2 games coming up. PV is going to be taking on Cardinal. That's a tough one.
That's
a tough one.
That is a tough one. But, it's a tough one. It can be a tough one. I'm going to go ahead and pick.
Oh, my God.
You know what? I'm going Vin Narducci. Let's go.
Ooh.
Let's go.
That's good because I
Let's
don't
go,
know
Vin.
anything about this game.
Let's go Vin
They're gonna-
Narducci. Come on, Vinny.
They're
Take
gonna
care
be
of me,
playing,
my boy.
Who the AKR Springfield?
Yeah, they're playing
right?
Akron Springfield.
Right.
Let's go.
So, yeah, that's going to be I think that could be a coming out party
Yep.
for him. You never know.
He threw for $117 last year. He had a couple turnovers, but
Right.
we're going to get rid of those. Vinny Narducci, welcome to El Toro Locos, my boy.
All right, let me go here real quick. Hold on. I'm going to try and do this the easiest way possible. I don't know anything about Western Reserve, but I feel like Conneaut put it on them. I feel like someone corrected us about the score last year.
Yeah, I think we had them losing, and I
44
think
to
it was
14.
flopped. I think Conneaut beat the
All right,
mess out of
I'm
them.
taking Conneaut for defense.
Okay.
I feel like that's right, but we'll find out. That's for sure. Conneaut, Lakeside, Geneva, or GV. No, go ahead. I'm just.
Oh, okay.
out loud, Jefferson.
So for my Iron Flex this week, I'm going Freaky Zeke. That's it. Zeke Lucas, congratulations for putting me in on him. Zeke Lucas, my Iron Flex.
Listen.
Give me both them tackles and the rushing yards.
Oh, this is so hard.
This is
And I have
tougher
a pen
than
that
last
doesn't work.
Here, this is tougher than last year.
Hold on, let me write this out real quick so I don't screw it up. So I got Grant Hitchcock. I got Matlock from Lakeside. All right, I got Conneaut's D. Then I got to get Geneva. Man, this is tough. Edgewood. Right. St. John. That's who I want. Hold on, give me 1 second. I know what I want. Where'd they go? We got a whole list of people. I know I'm taking my time. Maybe we should have had a clock tonight. I don't know.
Yeah.
We'll rock through it. All right, flex, because I think they're gonna coming out party. I'm joining this train with you. I think
Okay.
St. John's gonna have fun. Flex, Ryan Williams
That's
at
not a
St.
bad
John.
pick. That's not a bad
Yeah.
pick. Ryan Williams is going to get some points.
Right.
He's definitely going to get some points.
Yeah. Okay. So I got Lakeside, Conneaut, St. John, Geneva.
All right, give me
Edgewood.
my pen.
Come on, man.
All right, so I've got my defense, offensive line, special teams, and flex left. I've got Geneva, PV, Conneaut, and Jefferson. So this week, I think my flex, I'm going to go with
Hoping
That's
a name
tough.
pops into your head.
I was hoping
Right.
I was going to go one way, but I just realized I can't.
Yeah, this makes it tough.
It does. Listen, there's a lot of strategy here, folks. Well, we like to think there is. Let me see this real quick. So my flex,
Give us a minute. We're going.
real easy. I'm going Kaige Boczar. There's my guy.
I couldn't pick them anyways. Give me your pen.
Kaige.
Why'd you bring?
Welcome to
I
the
got
team.
A marker. That's
Oh,
right.
there
I
you
got
go.
a marker. Let's see.
So I got a defensive player, offensive line, and a special team left. My teams left are Geneva, PV, and Conneaut.
All right, Williams, and I took Connie out for defense. All right, so I got Geneva, Edgewood, PV, GV. Geneva, Edgewood, defense. Oh, 1 second, almost there. Coming in. Don't start. It's not fair. I didn't do it to you. Oh, that's who I want for defensive player, right?
Yeah.
Individual defensive player. I got to say it right, though, because there's 3 of them on this darn team. You know who I'm talking about. Hunter. Hunter had 2. No.
It was Ray.
It was with Ray?
Yeah, it was Ray.
Ray had.
Yes,
So
two.
I'm taking Ray Brott, defensive player from Edgewood.
Yes. Here's what I'm going to give you. This is a one-time deal, Ryan, because I don't know which one of the Brott brothers it is that
Right.
had the 2. So we're going to call them.
Wasn't there like 3 collectively?
There's
Toby?
3 on the team.
There's
right
3
now,
on
all
the
right?
team.
3 on the team. So here's what I'm going to give you, Ryan.
Well,
Whichever
hey,
one of
listen.
the Brotts had 2 interceptions, that's your guy.
Listen, all I'm telling you is in freeway football, they're all brothers. They all play on the same team. So I get all the points for all the brothers. I'm putting it out there. That's who I want. Brott, yeah. Yes.
All right. Well, mine is going to be pretty simple. I think I'm going to go individual defensive player. I am going to go with Geneva's. Luke Smith.
All right, so I got a quarterback, wide receiver, defense, IDP, iron flex. So I
So-
need special teams, offensive line, and what's my last one?
You got special teams and offensive line.
I think I have another one. I got Geneva to pick too. Geneva, PV, and GV.
Yeah, you got 3. So
All right, special teams,
let me
offensive
see your
line,
team. Good Lord.
and let me say it right.
Did you pick a running back?
No, I got to get a running back. No, that's not fair. Geneva's got 12 of them guys, so he ain't coming from there. So PV, man, it's got to be. I want PV's running back, and I got to say his name right. Hold on, I should know it, but I don't.
PV's going to be running back by committee. That's what makes it difficult. So you're looking at Vickery?
Yes, Vickery. That's who I want.
All right, Vickery's your pick.
Yep. All right, go ahead.
All right, so my special – I'm going to go with offensive line, actually. I'm going to take Conneaut's offensive line.
All right, I'm
Yeah.
taking GV's O-line against
Yeah.
Edgewood.
So I'm taking Conneaut's offensive line, and then PV's going to be my special teams. Oh,
And then special teams for me will be Geneva.
yeah. Listen.
Yes, you already picked it. Doesn't matter. I don't know
know.
what the
So-
mistake is, but I don't care.
Yeah, so here, you ready for the mistake?
Yeah.
PV doesn't have a kicker.
Yes. Yes. Best mistake of the week.
Yes, PV does not have a kicker, so I am Really banking on some punt returns and kick returns, folks. Help me out, Lakers.
All right, let's run into it. Week 2 games coming up here. Edgewood taking on Grand Valley. That is a 4-4 own goal YSN special. Sam and I will be covering that from the bird's nest, as I like to
That's right, baby.
graciously call it, up top there, which is a beautiful view out there. A lot of fun out there. We'll be out there attending. Can't wait to see that game. Edgewood getting some more love from us. But
yeah, see, Edgewood plays just a ton of county teams. So
ton of them.
You're going to see Edgewood 5 times this year.
Not on purpose,
right
just the way it goes.
That's how it goes when you play
Right.
county teams. We're going to see them. But, yeah, we're going to be up there live in Orwell, Ohio.
Beautiful downtown Orwell, Ohio.
If there is a downtown.
There is. It's got a root beer station.
We're going to be on the Crow's Nest, though. Look forward for that. 7 o'clock is what time we'll be going. Well, 6:45 probably. We'll be going live. But it's right back to 440 and Gold, the new YSN affiliate coverage on Friday.
Next game, same night. Imagine that. Same night. Covered by YSN as well. Our friend Pat, who we so graciously got to cover with last week.
Yes, I'll tell you what.
Yeah,
Pat's a great guy to cover.
High energy guy.
Yes,
High energy guy. Ready to rock and roll. I've never seen a table get smacked so hard in my life. I'll tell you. But that's going to be Jefferson taking on Harvey, and I'm very excited to see that game. I'm excited to see the Falcons and see what they can do.
Pay attention to this game, folks. If you are watching games this week, aside from watching ours, it's called a picture-in-picture, folks. 2 open. I want you watching ours. This is one of the games to watch. And the reason I say this is Harvey and Jefferson match up very well.
Yes.
This is going to be a really good test as to the speed that Jefferson has. This is something that's going to be really, really fun to watch. Looking forward to that. When it comes to the Edgewood Grand Valley game, really looking forward to seeing this run. Who's going to get the run going? Because both teams have trouble get the run moving last year.
Yes. Yeah, they did.
Last week.
Right.
Both teams were diligently working to get that run game going. Neither one of the two really could get it out the gate. So it's going to be interesting to see which one of these two teams is going to be able to get the run game going, because both of these teams can pass, and it's very well known. I mean, on the Edgewood side, you've got Jacob Ernst, you've got Christian Cunningham, you've got Anthony Hunt, folks.
Yeah.
Anthony Hunt is a name to watch for right now.
You've been talking about that all year. Yep.
He is somebody
Quietly.
to watch. This kid, when I'm telling you, when it gets turned on, look out. Over on the Grand Valley side, we've been talking about him all day. They got 3 guys, Hyvik, Whitwright, and the man, the myth, the legend, Bobby Rogers, the Grasshopper. Watch. It's going to be a fun game to watch.
Chances of a gadget play to start that game. I feel like Chef Boyarski flaring it out to Bobby Rogers. Boyarski underneath, 50-yard bomb. First play. Call it.
I think you're crazy. First of all,
Clint,
listen,
Clint, if you're watching, I need you to make that happen, right?
Why would Clint make that happen? He's giving away a touchdown.
Oh, did I say it wrong?
Yes.
I talk about Grand Valley.
Go-Go Gadget is Jacob Ernst, Ryan.
No, I said a gadget play. Don't confuse me. Golly. I already get confused easy enough. I'm not talking about Go-Go Gadget.
You're talking about Bobby Rogers, the Grasshopper.
I'm just talking about a gadget play, trick play to start the game. Clinton Ems,
Send it, go to the
Send
house.
it, let it ride.
All right.
Let's get it going. Don't you do that to me.
Anyway, talking about Jefferson and Harvey, some guys you're going to watch in that game. Kaige Boczar, obviously. Trent Hodge.
That's why you're confused, because you're talking about that.
Trent Hodge, obviously, you're going to want to watch out for him.
Confused.
This is going to be the first a game that you're going to have to really keep your eyes on Grant Hitchcock, because his speed in the backfield is going to be challenged. So that's going to be a good one. And then we got to roll over to what I'm going to call the lock-in blowout of the week.
That's terrible of you. But I think he's right. I mean, I got to co-sign with him. I mean, we do that not often, but enough. But I got to co-sign with Sam. I got to watch, Madison play there. A lot of ground game, not a lot of air raid game. None of it. They line up, though. You would think that they're going to pass a lot. They don't. Yeah. They line up in shotgun, what looks to be a spread offense, quote-unquote air raid, and they don't. They just hand it off, and it's 2 yards, 2 yards, 2 yards, 2 yards.
It's nothing. Listen, it's nothing against Madison. I jokingly, rib at them. You know what I mean? These are high school kids, though, too. I understand that. But this is just talking facts. Lakeside's bigger, stronger, and faster.
Right.
They're bigger, stronger, and faster. That's what it is. They've got the best offensive line. They've got arguably one of the best running backs in the county. He's definitely 1 or 1A.
He is. I mean, the rushing leader at Lakeside. I can tell you that.
Their defense was stifling
against Brush.
last year,
Yeah.
last week. So this is a game where Lakeside can go out there and really lay the hammer down.
Yep.
Looking forward to the Dragons. Flex on them, man.
2-0 maybe.
Go out there and flex.
2-0.
2-0. Look for Lakeside to be 2-0 this week. Now here's another one. Marquee matchup, folks. Circle it.
Kind of
double
cross
circle
town.
it.
This is, Lakeside or Geneva Lakes or Geneva Madison. This is like PV Cardinal. They're
Yes.
really close. They're not far away. Cardinal last year having a good playoff run, as did PV. But this year, we'll see. We'll see where it takes them to. Cardinal, we got to watch them scrimmage against Edgewood and Manchester.
Listen, I can't remember the kid's.
Right.
I can't remember the kid's name, and I feel bad because I talked to him and we talked
Right.
about him at the end of the scrimmage. Cardinals got a quarterback that can flat out spin it.
Yeah.
The kid can flat out spin it.
Young kid too. I think he was only a sophomore, if I
Yes.
recall right. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, we were talking about that on the sideline. So
Yes, that kid can actually throw the ball. At Cardinal, believe it or not, in middle field, guess what? They got some big guys.
right. Imagine that.
Yeah, they got some big old offensive linemen out there.
Imagine
It's gonna be a
that.
game. So
Yeah.
this is country strong versus country strong,
Yeah.
and we're gonna see who's gonna be able to do it. I think that's gonna be a really, really great game.
Yep. Next up is going to be Geneva taking on Struthers, and we talked about this at the beginning of the year. Geneva's got some of the toughest folks on their schedule.
This is the toughest game of the
This is
of
going to
the
be the
week.
toughest test of the week. Toughest test of the year for Geneva probably. Hopefully they come out and battle and do their thing. I'd like to see Kenny Young kind of take that next step.
He has to.
Right,
He has to
he's
here.
a great young quarterback, and he's got the speed and versatility back there in the backfield. And I didn't get to see much throwing, but it looks like he knows how to rip it too. So.
Well, I'll tell you who was making plays last week for the Geneva Eagles, and it's no surprise. It's Cool Hand Luke Smith.
Yeah.
They're gonna need Luke Smith to continue to make those plays. They're gonna need guys like Matt Wright to make plays on the defensive side. I almost took Matt Wright as my independent defensive player this week because I think he's going to be involved on an absolute metric ton of tackles.
Correct.
I think the reason why I go with Luke Smith over him is because I think Luke Smith is going to give me a little bit more in the interception chance.
Yeah.
So I'm going that way, but I think both of those guys, is this going to be a game of defense? Struthers is big. Struthers is very big. Struthers is good. It is a very competitive team in a very overly competitive conference. The NE8 it's no joke.
Yep.
It's no joke.
Be a
those
good look
guys
for
play-
Jefferson.
It is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Struthers is going to come out there. They're going to get it done. Geneva, they got to get through these first couple weeks. I'm not saying you're not in the game, but what I am going to tell you is this is a game that you 100% cannot live through. Holding calls, false start calls, personal foul calls. You're going to have to go out there, and everything Coach Don Shimsky tells you to do, you're going to have to do, and you're going to have to do it the right way. If you do that, you've got a shot.
Yeah. Speaking of shot, any shot in the foot is going to burn you.
Yes,
That's it.
you got to
can't-
play good football.
Yeah.
Struthers is for real. This is a team that contends every single year.
Yep. Moving on, there is going to be St. John taking on Akron Springfield, and you heard it first. You heard it live from Maiden, Ohio. St. John gets their first dub of the year.
Here
I
it
think
is,
it's going to
right
be a
here.
lot of fun. I think Williams and the boys over at St. John are going to do a great job of running all over these guys, but we're going to see. We're going to see what they're made of. I believe in them. Young kids ready to rock and roll. That is a young, youthful team over at St. John, and I think they're going to really hopefully put one on Akron Springfield this week, away as well.
Yeah, these guys got to take the long bus ride
Yeah.
down to Akron, and I think it's going to be well worthwhile. Look for the St. John Heralds to make their record 1-1 this week. It's a tough schedule. This is a tough, but Newton Falls is a lot better than Springfield. I think St. John's going to have a good shot at this. This again is going to be another game where you cannot give away free yards. You got to stop the holding. You got to stop the personal fouls, stuff like that. That stuff's got to be all out the window. That's it. Go out there, get the job done. I've got big hopes in my boy Vin Narducci. I think Ryan Williams is going to get the job. My boy Big Willie Style.
Big
Willie Style. Will
Yeah.
Anderson is going to get it done. Matt Miller is going to sneak in some big plays in there too. I think people overlook him, and before you know it, he's getting the job done. Look for these guys to get it done. They've got a very young line. I think they saw probably the biggest line they're going to see this year when they saw Newton Falls. So, young guys like Donald Crawford Crawford are getting baptized by fire.
Sure are.
You know what I mean?
Talk about getting thrown in the pit.
That's it. Hey, you're a first-day lineman. Here's Warren Sapp. Good luck.
Right.
But yeah, no, I think they're gonna get it done. Look for that one, and then we're gonna move on to those Conneaut boys.
Yep. Conneaut taking on Western Reserve. Conneaut taking a tough loss this week against Edgewood, as we talked about earlier. Western Reserve 1-0 squad. I don't know a lot about them. We probably should know more about them, but I know last year, I'm almost positive Conneaut put it on them. We're going to find out this week, though. Hopefully Zach Rice comes out healthy. I'm not sure exactly what's going on there, but that's a big question mark there for the Spartans. That's a huge question mark, actually, for the Spartans. So we'll find out what's going on this week.
Yeah, I want to talk so when you're talking about the Conneaut Spartans, Zach Rice is obviously going to be the biggest question. Whether or not he's injured is going to play a huge part in maybe not how this game ends, but definitely how this game is played.
Right.
Wyatt Payne is a very capable backup to him, and I hate calling him a backup because he's a good player.
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
he's a good player in his own right.
That up.
You know what I mean?
Think about that.
Max Gleason last week showed some real athleticism at the quarterback spot. He doesn't throw a terrible ball. Bryce Spurline, he's got a cannon for an arm. He can definitely throw that thing down the field with some efficiency. Them running that 2 quarterback system makes it an absolute nightmare for defensive coordinators to plan for. But it is going to be on, I hate to put it on them, but it's the quarterback's back this week. Those quarterbacks, Gleason and Spurline, those guys got to get it done. If they get it done on the offensive side, Conneaut's defense is for real.
Yeah.
Conneaut's defense is for real, was for real all week last week. Look for the Conneaut quarterbacks. If they play a good game, they're coming back. They're going to be 1-1 next week.
Yeah. A lot of fun lined up this week. 8 hot games, like always, week in and week out.
God, I love football, man.
It's fun to talk about it.
It really is.
Week 1 in the books, rolling already to week 2. Before you know it, we're going to be talking about week 10 and playoffs. It goes by fast. So kids out there watching, man, enjoy it while you can. Because
listen, I'm getting my Lakeside playoff shirt designed right now.
Right.
Right now. Yeah.
All right, guys. Thanks, everyone, for tuning in. I think that's it, right? We don't have anything else, right?
No, we talked about the stuff going on this weekend. I think we got through everything.
Games, fantasy.
Oh, you know what? I do want to say this. Coming up tomorrow, before we start the game, between now and then at least, I noticed that there was a little bit of difficulty in trying to figure out how to get the game on www.ysnlive.com/live games. What I'm going to do is take kind of a screenshot, show you step by step how you can get there. It's a very easy website to use. It is free until the playoffs, so it is always going to be free right there. You're going to want to watch those games because that's where me and Ryan are going to be. Not only are me and Ryan going to be on there, but they covered, like last week they had 12 games on Friday.
Yeah, no, Thursday night there was
Thursday
10
was
games,
10
and then
12,
Friday night there was
a ton.
There was more than
I know
12.
that one of the things that I'm so proud to be able to give these kids a shot at is last week on ysnlive.com, which is where these games, the games we did, were streamed. Almost 100,000 views. The exposure that these kids are getting right now is unprecedented, and we are so honored to be able to help bring that up here, and that's just something we're going to continue to do. But once again, ysn.com, www.ysnlive.com. That's where you're going to get all the football games, all the coverage. It's going to be right there, and we're proud to be there, and we'll be showing you guys a little bit if you have some questions. And obviously, anytime you run into questions, send us a message. Yeah. We do our very best to get back to them. I can tell you if you message us during the game, there's a good chance we're not going to get back to you until after.
Listen, there's not a chance we're going to get it during the game. We appreciate it, though. Yeah, but remember, from the river to the lake, from the lake to the river.
That's right, baby.
Yeah, we're trying to move it up here. So thanks again.
Keep your sports live, local, and loyal, baby.
Yep. 3 L's. Something to live by. But thanks again, everyone, for tuning in to the young men going out this Friday night, tomorrow night. Have fun. Enjoy it while you can. The lights flick on at 7, and they're off usually by about 9:30. That's it. 2.5 hours of fun. So.
Listen, if you're a dog, you get 40 games.
Right.
If you're a dog, you get 40 of them. You can't ever get them back. Enjoy every single down.
I am going to leave them tonight, though. I'm going to end it with the touchdown reel. That way everyone can see it one more time.
I love it.
And then we'll see you guys tomorrow night. Don't forget Edgewood, Grand Valley, ysnlive.com/440. And Golo would actually be there as well, just so you have that heads up. But then also Jefferson taking on Harvey is another option that you guys have too, ysnlive.com. Thanks, guys. Talk to you soon.
See you in Orwell, folks. Narducci is probably not going to get me much.
Geneva. You had Geneva special teams last week.
Listen, I
didn't you?
can't pick. I couldn't pick Boyarski, and number one because I picked Bobby Rogers. Number two, he threw some shit.
Boyarski? Yeah, he threw 2.
Yeah, his interception to touchdown ratio is like 1.
Yeah, right. Right.
Are we still live?
No. Well, at least, okay, so one thing we did figure out, we can use StreamYard in that fashion, right?
Yes.
So that is good.